Hello, my stamping friends. This is Renee Novak at blessedbycards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I'm here today to share with you another Make It Monday tutorial. Today, we are going to do a little cornflower celebrations. So I'm calling this cornflower tiles because I'm using a tiled kind of background on each one of my cards today. So let's get started with the supplies. So the first card, I used the Thinking of You from the With You in Mind and that big flower from the cornflower. And what I did was I put, excuse me, what I did was I put 2x2 inch squares, and this is Lemon Lolly and Pool Party. And then I stamped the coneflower image in Memento Black ink. And then what I did was I stamped it again on some Lemon Lolly paper, and I cut out just the bottom portion of that. And then I just left this with the Memento Black. And I use a blending brush to add a little Darling Duckling to get it a little bit darker shade. And then I added a little bit of bling, and that is how simple that first cornflower tile comes together. So our second cornflower tile card, I decided to use the Lemon Lolly and the Azure Afternoon cardstock. And what I did is I just cut those squares at 1 and I think it's 1 3/4 inches, and all the supplies and all the measurements will be available on my blog at blessedbycards.com. There's a free project sheet that you can download. And so what I did was I just took those 1 3/4 inch squares and I stamped individually on each one in the Memento Black ink. And then I stamped the thanks, and this is from a retired set, but I wanted a nice big thanks across there with the Afternoon Azure. It's Azure Afternoon, I do believe. Azure Afternoon ink. And I mounted that on a piece of white, and that is how simple our second tile card comes together. So the first one, Lemon Lolly and Pool Party. The second one, Lemon Lolly and Azure Afternoon. Okay. Then the last card, keeping with the same theme of the tiles and the Lemon Lolly and the Afternoon, Azure Afternoon. I'll never get that right. It'll retire and I won't have the name right, but that's okay. So what I did with these is I took smaller squares and I mounted them on a piece of white. And then I stamped my greeting. I cropped it with some of the dies from the nested dies. And then again, I did the same thing on my daffodil, or on my big coneflower, is I put a little Darling Duckling ink with a blending brush, and I this time I cut the whole thing out of the Lemon Lolly cardstock. And so I do like that. It adds just a little bit darker. Hopefully you can see it. It's just a little bit darker shade than the Lemon Lolly. And so it's really nice. And so I did cropped out the stem and the leaves, and I popped my greeting up on Stampin' Dimensionals. And of course, on the inside, you can feel free to decorate however you want. So those are my 3 cards that I have for this Make It Monday that I'm calling Coneflower Celebration with Tiles, or Coneflower Tiles. And this is a wonderful set with a large, large image. So check it out. Hop on over to my blog at blessedbycards.com. Thanks for watching, and until next time, be blessed.